I hope I'm in focus, and I hope you're in focus. Thanks so much for being here today. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was to say, also during this video, you're going to see some images which I'm have taken, about to take, which will have been done with the F to Z adapter. I'm going to put on the 70-200 and walk around the city at night and see what I can get with the IBS, low ISOs like 64, the VR in the lens, and see what we can get away with. So please enjoy the selection of images that I'm just about to take during this video with the Z7 and the F to Z on the 70-200mm. But the first thing I wanted to say to you was a very, very big thank you so much. I think about 2 weeks ago, I hit the 2,000 mark in subscribers. Now, we look at people who have 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, 10 million subscribers, and you think 2,000 is not really very much, but actually it's the beginning of YouTube, which I think is the hardest because the gains are the smallest number. So thank you so much for being that core 2,000 people and getting the number slowly growing. I'm hoping to increase this number, increase the speed with which it grows. And I'd like to think, if I can keep up the good work, let's hope I can, I'd like to think that I could reach 10,000 by the end of next year. So that means growing about 4 times faster than I have been previously. Yeah, so I'm very happy with how the 70-200 is working with the F to Z adapter. I mean, look at here, this is happening live. And that looks way better out of focus. This is the 70-200 FL, and it's the latest version from Nikon. It's just looking fantastic. This is all handheld manual focusing, and of course we're still waiting for the Z mount version of the 70-200 2.8. It's supposed to be out any minute now. Now, I think it's possible. It's partly up to me. It's also up to you, how much you like, how much you share, how much you comment, and all those things. So I'd love you guys to be a part of that. And I'd love for you to give me as much feedback as you can on what you'd like to see from me that helps to make my channel more interesting and more compelling, more worth watching. Because I want to be different. I don't want to copy what anyone else is doing. I've got my own world. I've got my own way of doing things. I've been in this industry for 30 years as a paid practitioner, and I've been shooting photographs and making little short films since I was about 10 years old, which means it's almost 40 years that I've been playing in this space. I want to stay here, I really do. So yeah, tell me what you'd love to see. And I would love to try and fulfill that. So right now we are shooting at 200mm, f2.8, 1/25 shutter speed, 64 ISO, and it is nighttime. And the Z7 and the 70-200 are working very nicely together. Can't always do everything as quickly as we want. Things don't always happen quite the way we need them to, but that's okay. We'll get there in the long run. And whilst the channel is this small, there's no revenue that it's generated at this size. So it's I'm estimating once you maybe get around the 10,000 mark, that's when it starts to yield something that helps to make more films. It helps to have other people in the production process, editing and all that sort of stuff. But prior to that, it's all on me. It's looking absolutely gorgeous. No complaints here whatsoever. We are looking through the window of a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown, and everything is looking great. Which is fine, because I love this process. But of course, some weeks you're busier than others. I'd actually like to get out probably something like 3 pieces a week. I'm managing to get it to about 2 now. But yeah, each one it takes something like 10 to 12 hours to create. So 3 would be 36 hours in the week. And at that point, you're either not sleeping, or you're not working, or you're not seeing your kids. So anyway, getting there, loving it. Thank you so much for your support at this 2,000 subscriber mark. It really means a lot to me, and I'm looking forward to another milestone, 3,000 and 10,000, as we've said already. So a bit of a catch up. I wanted to catch up a little bit on things like focus group. We have just had our 4th, I can't believe it, our 4th get together already. Amazing. And that went really well. It was a really wintry, cold Friday night. So there weren't as many of us here, but that's what happens. And the next focus group 5, is going to be about photographing in public places and drones. Just saw an interesting video from Peter McKinnon about the fact that they've changed the laws in Canada, and you pretty much can't fly at all unless you're almost licensed as a pilot. Now, it may be that Australia heads in that direction quite quickly when a country like Canada, which is very similar to Australia, does something like that. So anyway, a couple of months ago, I asked the City of Melbourne, which is where we are, where I live, if they'd come and talk to us about these things, and they're going to come and talk about drones as well. Interestingly, the City of Melbourne, which is a council, a municipality, they've also banned pretty much the usage of drones within their council, within their municipality, without permits and all sorts of guidelines. So something similar is happening there, and it may well happen across all municipalities in the future. It's interesting stuff. So that's next in focus group. That's in about a week's time. So we might see that on YouTube within a couple of weeks. In regard to going live with focus group, I've looked into that, and the internet in Australia is very, very slow. We are still using ADSL2. Crazy. And the upload speeds of ADSL2 just aren't high enough quality from my perspective to do what I want to do. But the NBN, which is called the National Broadcast Network, is about to be installed in this location where we are in the City of Melbourne. And there's an interesting thing. We've contacted the NBN and said, when are we going to be able to connect? Because they've actually installed the cabling in the street. And they have said, talk to your internet service provider. We did. The internet service provider said, talk to NBN. So we're doing a Reservoir Dogs thing here. And needless to say, I would say the NBN, which is a broadband network, should be in the next few months, maybe by Christmas, and then going live will be a possibility. Fingers crossed. I may well experiment with going live just to see what it feels like and to learn about the pitfalls of that. So stay posted for me just experimenting, sitting down, talking. Maybe we can have a Q&A session live just for a test. So please let me know in the comments below if you'd be willing to be on board with me just having a chat about whatever you want, just to test it, because it'd be great. I've never done it, and it'd be really quite interesting. So that's Focus Group and Focus Group Live, which is coming up very, very nicely. It's looking great. Now I'm going to slip over to stills and take a quick still. So there's a couple of other things that I would like to talk about. Next is this little guy here. This is a Western Digital wireless SSD drive. They come in 250, 500 gigabytes, 1 terabyte and 2 terabytes in size. On the side here, there's an SD port. There are USB ports. What this allows you to do is transfer files in the field, because this is battery operated. So whether you've got USB, XQD card reader going straight in here, or SD cards plugging straight into here, you can back up your files anywhere you are on the go. But the other thing this can do is allow for direct wireless transfer. Now, I'm still yet to get this fully going. But one way or another, I believe I can get the files from the Z7 that I'm shooting on here onto this guy as I shoot. I do believe this is possible. Now, it might require the Nikon wireless FTP adapter, or it might be possible just purely from the internal wireless controller. I know we can do it over to an iPad, iOS device, and I'll be trying that as well, but I just wanted to show you this opportunity. Look, this is a great little product just for backups on the fly. You can wirelessly talk to your iPad and iPhone with this. So files that are on here, you can browse wirelessly from your iOS or Android device. So it's an all-round useful thing. There'll be more to come on this guy. The next and final thing that I wanted to talk about today was the Profoto B10 Plus. Now, they have just been announced just in the last day or two, and basically they are the big brothers, big sisters of the lights that I talked about in this video here. Check it out. I think they're great lights. Bit of a surprise. Me being new to the Profoto world, didn't know what was going to happen next. And what have they done? Well, firstly, what I can tell you is, have a look at this video, but what I can tell you is the B10s are fantastic lights for all sorts of situations, and they're wireless and they're battery operated. They're great. Now, they are expensive, but they're great. Now, what's the B10 Plus? Well, in essence, I think the main selling factor of the B10 Plus is that it's double the power. Instead of 250 watt output, it's 500 watt output. Instead of having 400 full powered flashes, it has 200 full powered flashes because it uses the same battery as the B10. So it's perfectly logical. Twice the power, half the shots. So this is a really useful and exciting update to the B10 range. I do love my two B10s. This B10 Plus would be a lovely key light. Very interesting. They are very expensive, but I can use all my peripherals and all the light shaping bits and pieces that I have purchased. So this might happen for me somewhere down the track. We'll see what happens. But it's an interesting announcement from Profoto. And yeah, head on down and check it out. And of course, as always, please like, please share, and please subscribe. It really helps. And I would love to get to that 10,000 goal within the next 18 months. If that's possible, it would be amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna head out into the streets, see what I can find. Off we go. Let's see what we can do with the F to Z and the 70 to 200. Just got to lock everything up and then we can get on with it. Now, something that the Z mount cameras do way better than the Sony is flipping between shooting stills and shooting video, and you have separate settings in each mode, whereas on the Sony you don't. So it makes it really easy.